Charlie runs a hair salon in Brooklyn. He is being extorted by his stepfather on a weekly basis for buying him the salon. As he hands the weekly balance to his stepfather's goon, his best friend Louie walks in asking for some help. Louie asks Charlie to help him deliver TVs. Charlie is hesitant because Louie's past favors were either illegal or got them in trouble. Louie guilt trips him by mentioning how he saved Charlie from drowning when they were kids, and Charlie gives in. As they cruise through traffic in the delivery truck, a police car orders them to pull over because they're driving a stolen vehicle. Charlie tells Louie to pull over and explain the situation, but he refuses, telling Charlie he's still on probation. Determined to not get arrested, Louie speeds up. The police set up a roadblock, but Louie squeezes through, causing the police chasing him to crash into their own. They arrive at a warehouse to complete the delivery. Charlie realizes that this is his stepfather's secret warehouse and panics when the police arrive. The police start arresting the workers while Charlie and Louis escape through a chute. Charlie's stepfather Sal is a mob boss. The warehouse that the police seized held most of Sal's stolen goods. He gives Charlie and Louis a job to make up for losing him millions of dollars. Frankie, Sal's right-hand man, hands him an envelope. He tells them to go to Sydney, Australia, and deliver the envelope to a Mr. Smith. On the plane, Charlie heads to the bathroom. Louis takes this chance to grab the envelope and look inside. He pulls out a stack of money in shock. He barges into the bathroom to show Charlie, and they're both in awe at the amount of money. They wait their turn in the customs line. Charlie is nervous about the money, and Louis tells him to act cool. The agent lets Louis through with no problem, but Charlie is strip-searched because he brought his hairdressing scissors. As they look through his bag, Charlie tries to explain about the envelope of money, but to his shock, it's not there. After being released, he is relieved to hear that Louis took it from him while waiting in line. They head towards their destination in a Jeep. They start jamming out to some music, but Charlie gets distracted and hits something. When they get out of the car, they realize that they hit a kangaroo. Charlie wants to move the body to the side of the road, but Louis pulls out a camera and starts taking pictures. They put sunglasses and Louis's lucky red jacket on the kangaroo and name him Jackie. After the picture, Charlie sees that Jackie isn't dead and is in awe of the animal. Jackie kicks him hard in the chest and hops off. Charlie and Louis laugh at the situation, but Louis starts to cry. Louis tells him that the money is in the jacket's pocket. They get in the Jeep and drive after it. They spot him because of the jacket and get closer, but Jackie keeps his distance. They spot Jackie on a hill and follow him, but they crash into a pile of rocks, and Jackie hops away. They walk through the outback and find a bar. While Charlie orders a beer, Louis calls Mr. Smith to tell him about the delay. Mr. Smith is furious and tells Louis that he will find them and kill them for stealing his money. Louis panics and looks through the phone book and finds the address to a wildlife center, hoping they can help them catch Jackie. Louis lies to Charlie, saying Mr. Smith is being understanding of their situation and tells Charlie to wait at the bar while he checks out the center. The wildlife center Louis found is closed, but while Louis takes a water break, one of the employees, Jessie, finds him. Louis explains their situation, and she tells him he needs a plane and a tranquilizer gun. Louis returns to the bar and sees Charlie drinking with the locals. He shows him the tranquilizer gun and dart. He also tells him about Jessie, who came up with the plan and provided the number for a bush pilot. Before they call the number, one of the guys Charlie was drinking with talks to them briefly before passing out. They shrug it off and call the number, only to realize that their pilot is the man who passed out. Sal receives a call from Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith tells him that Charlie and Louis took the money and ran. He tells Frankie to head over and find them. Charlie and Louis are flying around with the drunk pilot. They stumble upon a group of kangaroos and get closer to see if they can spot Jackie. They spot the red jacket and fly after Jackie. Louis takes aim with the tranquilizer gun, and right when he pulls the trigger, Jackie changes directions, and the plane swerves with him. Thinking they got the shot off in time, they fly away to circle back later. They wonder why Jackie's still hopping away, when Louis sees that the tranquilizer didn't hit Jackie, but the pilot instead. The pilot loses his motor skills and becomes paralyzed. Charlie tries to grab the control stick, but they still end up crashing the plane. The pilot regains consciousness and calls for help. Louis tells Charlie the truth, and he is furious at Louis. Louis tells him if they can make it east, the lady from the wildlife center should be able to help them catch Jackie, so they head out into the desert. The duo keeps walking, hoping to run into Jesse. They experience the harsh environment to the fullest and get weak. While they talk about food, Charlie spots a brand new Jeep in the distance and runs to it. Louis walks up to him and realizes that he's hallucinating and experiencing a mirage. After walking some more, Charlie begins to blame Louis for putting him into dangerous situations all the time because of his stupidity. They try to fight each other, but both of them collapse. Charlie looks up and sees a lady in the distance heading towards them. He thinks it's another mirage and walks up to her. Being deranged, he touches her, mentioning that she feels like a real person to Louis. Shortly after, Jesse knocks him out with a frying pan. When Charlie wakes up, he meets Jesse to apologize and tries to explain the situation. She tells him that she can't help until Charlie offers to pay her $2,000 for her assistance. She accepts, and they head out in the morning. The group makes their way to an oasis, a known area where animals head when there's a drought. Jessie doesn't have a tranquilizer gun, so she teaches them how to make bolos. They gather the materials and practice using them. After walking around the oasis, they spot Jackie. They put on face paint to disguise themselves and move in closer to Jackie. When they get close, Louis unfortunately steps into an anthill, causing the ants to crawl up into his pants. They spread out and throw the bolos, but Louis screams, alerting Jackie, and he dodges all the incoming projectiles. The next day, the group is surrounded by Mr. Smith and his men. They get tied up while he searches their bags. Charlie tells Jesse that Jackie has $50,000 in his jacket, and that's why they're in trouble. Jesse tells Mr. Smith that she knows where the kangaroos feed, and that chances are high that Jackie will go there. He takes her and tells his men to dispose of Charlie and Louis. They get dragged the opposite direction of Mr. Smith, and Charlie comes up with a plan. He tells Louis to grab his scissors from his back pocket. After cutting themselves free, Louis distracts the men with his usual banter, while Charlie grabs their gun. He holds them at gunpoint and makes them surrender their camels. Mr. Smith and Jesse reach the feeding area. When he turns around, he sees Charlie holding him at gunpoint. After saving Jesse, Frankie arrives in a Jeep. He lies and tells them that he came to help them out, and points his gun at Mr. Smith. Charlie believes him and lowers his gun. They explain the situation to Frankie, but then he points the gun at them. He tells them he was sent to kill them for messing up again. As he is ridiculing Charlie and Louis, Mr. Smith agitates Frankie, and they get into an argument. Jackie shows up, hopping wildly towards them, and everyone is shocked to see him. An all-out brawl starts. Mr. Smith goes for Frankie, and his men grapple with Frankie's guys. Charlie, Jesse, and Louis get on the camels and head off to catch Jackie. Frankie knocks out Mr. Smith and chase after them. They head to a narrow passageway, and Charlie throws whatever he can at the car to distract them. On a sharp turn, the car flips over. Louis gets close enough to Jackie and grabs the envelope from his pocket. He doesn't see the cliff and flies off the camel's back. He grabs a tree root, and Charlie hurries over to help pull him up. Using some belts and rope, they pull him up and collapse with relief. They hear Jesse scream and see that Frankie is dragging her towards them. He points his gun at them and tells them the truth. Sal paid Mr. Smith to have him execute Charlie and Louis. Before he pulls the trigger, the Australian police show up in a helicopter to arrest Frankie. He makes a run for it, but Charlie grabs a bolo and throws it, locking up Frankie's legs. The police arrest Frankie and Mr. Smith. They tell Charlie that the FBI called and asked for their help to get Sal and Mr. Smith together. Charlie, Jesse, and Louis wait for another helicopter when Jackie shows up. Charlie heads over and takes Louis's lucky red jacket off of him. Soon after, Jackie brings his family over, and Jackie's kid heads over to greet them. Charlie meets Jackie Jr. and gets a hard kick to the face.